Coming up next, we have the match already ready. We have Nightshade versus the Super Saiyan Squadron by Kev. Kaioken gets dropped from his team a week before the tournament happens here. Kicked off of Nightshade for Seismic in the jungle. Previously their mid laner. Picking up Appy. Kev putting together a Demon Squadron with Cholo in the mid lane. Absolute ranked Shark will play the best pick available every single time and beg for help. Visi, known Kalari one trick. Not sure if he could play anything else. Not sure what happened here in the draft. In fact, I'm going to pause this game and go take a look at the Game 1 draft and see what happened here that Visi is allowed to get this pick in general. Pull this one up on stream for us. Game 1 draft here, it looks like Sevarog and Rampage banned out from the side of Super Saiyan. Yurei and Drongo banned out from Nightshade. Surprised we see the Drongo ban here. Maybe a little bit of a misplay. Should have potentially been the Kalari. Was picked third pick for the side of Super Saiyan. Eden also first picked. A little bit of a different draft strategy here than we saw in the first game. Grim also making his debut in the tournament live on stream. Cold. Known to only play with one eye. Believe it or not. Still better than your average ADC. Did play at LAN, had quite the showing. Hasn't played much since. Not sure how he'll do in the tournament today. I do have to say, I think I favor the side of the Super Saiyan Kev Kaioken. Not seeing much frontline here from the side of Nightshade. They only have the Terras. Kwang's going to be pretty much full damage. This Bale going to potentially be able to get a lot of value here. Wraith, a little bit of a weird pick in the mid lane. Not sure that's where I would have put it. Appy, not a controller player. Not known to hit snipes as he has to actually aim them. Maybe we need to get that guy on to Iggy and Scorch so it aims for him. See if he can land some snipes. Kev getting some pressure put onto them. Tri-Edge getting poked out here. They are losing the wave prio, which is expected as they do have the melee solo laner. Visi looking to gank solo lane potentially onto this Terra. Not able to find it. Is on wards. They do know he's here. He's walked over 2 wards so far. Kwang clearing blue side first to stop the vertical invade. Might actually look for the vertical himself. Blue getting ganked here. See if Visi's able to catch the dash. He does block the dash. Great play by Visi. Ends up forcing the flash. Kwang on the red buff. They do know he started blue side. Not quite sure why he started blue side, considering he probably wins the 1v1 against the Kalari, and his team should have prio, as they do have double range. Maybe he was running to match the Kalari rotation, but you're never sure if he's just going to skip his camps and walk straight to the lane. Kalari getting a free flash, going to take Cyan and back to base, going for the blue side. Seismic looking for the invade now. Red buff maybe a little bit greedy. Should have went for this immediately after the 2 camp. Maybe a little bit slow here. Going to get caught out by Visi with the power spike. Has backed yet. Dual lane is here though, looking for the blue buff invade. 3v2 potentially as the Bale is trying to help. They do know that they're on this. Visi is here. Gonna maybe look for the smite steal. Will he be able to land it? He does actually secure it, unlike somebody on the last game that we watched. Able to actually get the smites down. Looking for the trade onto Seismic. Taking a lot of damage here though, even with the power spike. Seismic trading a lot with the shield. And Kev Kaioken goes down. Gadget AFK on the river buff. Not sure what we're doing here. Bale, useless as always, as he's not level 6 yet. Secure by Visi though, does actually get his blue buff, so he's not behind. Able to secure the rest of his jungle as well, as they didn't take the 3 camp on the way out. Not sure why they decided not to take the 3 camp. Maybe they were worried about the Kalari coming back in, but no actual advantage really going over the side of Nightshade other than first blood. Solo lane, Acheron versus Terra. I believe Acheron does win this matchup, if I'm not mistaken. Perhaps some better solo mains in the chat than me. Pretty sure Acheron does win this matchup after he gets an item, but loses a little bit in the early game. Freeze for the side of Kev Kaioken and the boys. Terra pushing lane. Visi getting a free seedling. Terra on tower line. Dr. Flick coming out of retirement. I have known this guy for a full decade, by the way. Known to be an absolute ranked terrorist. Plays Narbash solo in your games. Builds crit. Confirmed good in the comp scene, though. A little bit of a rank troll, but an actual demon in the comp scene. Previous Smite professional. Making his way into the Predecessor scene. Bale looking for gank in the duo lane. Gonna force the flash onto Cold. Kev gets the dash in, though, off the flash, following it, and gonna end up putting Cold back to the base the fast way. Actually, I don't know if he's delaying his back or doing no damage. Can't really tell. Kev looking for some more. Ult's in. Gonna catch the wave. Gonna try to push this into tower. We got a little play into the solo lane, though. Kwong is here. Misses the tether. Not quite able to find the Acheron. Not much going on there. Free kill in the duo lane for the side of Kev Kaioken. Tri-Edge looking for some poke. Getting a lot of damage off here. I need to put some respect on his name, as I did not know who this was. Has never played against him in a Predecessor game. Did play Orb Prime. Former Orb Prime player. Did play competitively. Has not played much Predecessor as far as I'm aware. A little bit of a neutral mid lane right now. Appy actually down 3 CS, 4 CS now. Gonna pick that up here. Probably only down 1. About even across the board in gold. Dr. Flick, even. Dual lane, even. Kev getting a trade back on a Cold. Cold did get first blood, so he is up 50 gold still. Does collect his wave. Has a freeze over there. Gonna just hold that wave. Gonna push it in now. Gotta be a little careful. They do have the Kwong on that side of the map, though. Maybe look for a Fangtooth play. Dr. Flick with the flash. Gets the root on the Terra. Kill goes on to Visi, not the person you want to see with the kill. Kallari with kills, very scary. Little freeze for the Kaiokens. Kev looking to go Super Saiyan 3 this game. Trying to beat up on his demons. Majin Buu, a.k.a. Nightshade. Again, kicked from this team a week before the tournament. Comes in with a new roster. Picked up from scratch. Ends up breaking up 2 other teams to make this team happen. Trying to close this one out against the team that didn't want him. Very similar to my dad. Dr. Flick looking for the rotation to River Buff. Not quite able to get it. Visi on the objective. They have no vision on him. He does get free healing from his passive, so he's going to be able to do this. Looks like Kwong knows he's on it somehow. Maybe watching the stream. Just kidding. My stream has a 3-minute delay. Does pick up the Fangtooth. Half HP. Visi walked away. He's in the pit by himself, though. Gadget's coming here first. Going to get locked in here. See if he can get an ult into the root. Big ult by Cholo. Gets the root onto the Kwong. Going to go down. Visi on the Grim. Going to find him in the backline. Gets a good body block here. Goes in some more. Going to get the dash onto the Wraith. Wraith again, not really doing too much here. Does get a kill. Kev also goes down. Reset on the dash. Appy needs that controller so he can hit that snipe maybe. Visi gonna live 1 HP, 2 for 2 so far. See, he's still here. Cholo still alive. Looks for the rewind. Appy looking for some snipes. Will he hit them? 1. Can he get 2? Looking for 3. See if he can get that triple. Does end up getting it to go down. 4 for 2 trade. Appy putting in the work. That's why he's on the top of the tier list. Put some respect on his name. He might be retired, but, you know, he's only retired because he's got kids, not because he's bad at the game. Remember that. Might be pushing 40. Still has the mechanics of the GOAT. Jeff, thank you for the 31 months. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day today, man. Thank you for the Prime. Welcome back to the bird nest, man. Meow. Appy able to land some snipes. Getting a lot of poke off, going alternator. Is he on the farm? Take a look at the gold after that fight. Looks like 1,000 gold lead in the side of Nightshade, mostly in the mid lane though. 600 gold going the way of Appy. Seismic getting a free seedling here. Kev 2-2. Looks just like a little bit more team play coming out of the side of Nightshade. Does get another kill on to Cold. Kind of running it down this game. 1-3. Not sure why we picked the Grim. This seems like a really bad matchup to me. Not sure why we would play this. Tri-Edge 1 HP. Not able to go down here. Appy maybe looking for a snipe. Visi on the objective. Kwong on the other side of the map looking for a tower dive onto Dr. Flip. On the Dr. Flick does find the kill, but they will probably lose Fangtooth here. As they are just pulling this objective. Appy trying to get some snipes, but can't snipe through the Fangtooth. Big ult by the Decker does allow them to trade. Appy gets a kill onto the Kallari. Going to be a 2 for nothing, but they get the Fangtooth. Cholo looking for a trade, not quite able to get it. Appy picking up another kill onto Kev. Going to pick up a third one. Again, another triple kill for Appy here. Gonna pick up Cholo in the back as well. Gets the rewind on the Tri-Edge. Might go down here. This is not looking good for the side of the Kaiokens. They need to go Super Saiyan here. Appy, not able to hit the smite. Or not able to hit the snipe. Good thing Cold C's got that lock on. He needs it. The way he's been playing this lane so far. Game is opening wide open for the side of Nightshade. They do take the blue buff away. Not quite able to get the 3 camp. Visi looking for some damage here. Goes in on to Cold. Maybe looking for a big ult here. Gets stunned out. Gonna go back to base again. Quickly for the second time. Appy finds the snipe. Visi decided he wanted to take a trip back to the Spectator. He must be eating some lunch right now or something. I'm not sure why we'd want to be on the Spectator this long. Absolute heater game. Again, trying to get revenge on the team that kicked him. I believe Cholo was also on Nightshade, if I'm not mistaken, was also kicked from the squad previously. Not sure if it was at the same time as Kev, but he is on the team with Kev. Maybe he left together. Hollow feedback, thank you for the follow.
Try this on. Seek and destroy.
Tri-Edge looking for the punish onto the Decker. Decker living 1 HP. Kev trying to get ult so we can ult to the tower. Not quite able to get either Cold or the Decker. Kwong was here just in case they went a little too deep. Visi still farming. Cholo scaling on this gadget pick. Just trying to get some farm. Get stacks and get rolling. Solo lane. Visi on the 5 camp. Maybe looks for a gank onto the Terra again. Did get the flash earlier and they did end up killing him. Once Seismic looking for the gank onto dual lane. Kev and Tri-Edge pushed up a little bit here. Kev not really worth much gold though, as he has been running it down this game. 3 deaths. Kwong misses the tether. Not sure who he was aiming at. Kev gonna TP out to the solo lane. Good play. Terra actually goes down on the other side of the map to that gank that we just talked about. Visi looking for the kill on solo lane. Does get it. Kev ends up TPing out. Does live. Loses his 3 camp though. Would like to see Visi look for a blue buff invade potentially to counteract this invade that he's getting. He does look for it. Kev's also here for the moral support, trying to hold his hand through the fog wall. Visi a little scared to walk there by himself. Loses 3 camp and 4 camp. Not a good trade for Visi, but at least he gets something in response for his jungle getting invaded. Yeah, Visi, let's not type in my chat while we're playing. Take 13 hours, buddy. That's a little bit long. Maybe we won't do that, but let's not type in my chat while we're playing the game, please. Visi looking for the kill on Appy, trying to get the shutdown. Not quite able to get it. Goes back to base. Maybe he actually might find it. No, he goes back to base. Can't quite hit the knife. Maybe he should have stopped typing in my chat and started focusing on the game. You absolute bozo. Take 4,000 seconds. Acheron getting ran down the lane here by Blue. Up a level in the solo lane. Has died twice, though. Up about 26 CS in the solo lane. Going Tainted Blade first. A little bit of a different build than we saw from the Terra last game. Actually has the right-click augment as well. A little bit of an interesting choice here. Bale with the team fight ult. Makes sense. Nothing too crazy from the augments other than this Terra augment. Might be better in this matchup. Lucio, thank you for the follow. Kev getting engaged on here in the dual lane. Is half HP. Tri-Edge does put down the Decker. Not able to block the ult from Cold, though. Kev gonna have to back up Cold. Or Tri-Edge might be in trouble here. Seismic on the rotation. Looking for the TP over to solo lane to dodge the gank. See Seismic on the wave, realizes he doesn't have to use it, can keep that up for later if he wants to. Dr. Flick getting a little bit of the better of Blue here in the lane after that back. Should start to win this lane pretty hard. Gonna suck the Terra off, gonna eat her ass, literally. I can't blame him, I would do the same. Actually gonna get traded out here. The Terra Q doing a lot of damage here. Big team fight in the dual lane, though. Tri-Edge getting engaged on in his own jungle. Visi here looking for Appy, gonna force the flash. Seismic, no mana, not quite able to get anything. Appy flashes out, Kev flashes in, looks for the dash, goes for the kill, not quite able to find it. Appy picks up that one. Visi dashes in, gets punished for it as the Kwong finally gets some mana. Cholo looking for the kill onto Appy, trying to get that big 6-0 shutdown. Acheron does get solo boloed on the other side of the map. It's all falling apart for the Kaiokens. Not sure how they can come out of this one ahead. They're gonna lose Fangtooth as well. 5,000 gold lead going the way of Nightshade right now. With this Fangtooth probably coming through as well, should be about 7,000 gold lead. Somebody needs to shut this man down. Kev testing his strength right now, fighting Majin Buu, Unsuper Saiyan, slowly scaling up his power. Looking to go Super Saiyan 1 in this next fight. Potentially Super Saiyan 3 if it really calls for it. Fangtooth being pulled by Nightshade here. Vissy maybe looks for the trade. He has liked to spend a lot of the time in the base this game, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does in for the 1v on the trade. They do have a Fangtooth though, so they don't really need to force it. Just going to give it up. Looks for a fight in mid. Looks like Triad getting caught out on the bail. Does ult away. Does live 1 HP. Dr. Flick looking for a suck potentially into the gadget combo, but they don't quite have the cage or the dome up yet. The EU team lost their first set and will not be on broadcast, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we're watching this game as opposed to the EU versus Cinema set. I'm only watching one set from each round. Might watch more on a different day, but not like for the actual tournament. Dr. Flick in the mid lane looking for a 3v1 on the Appy, really trying to get that shutdown. He has no stasis as he used it in the dual lane. Kev got you covered, putting that one down. Big stun by Zihi. Gonna get a 4-man stun. Not enough, though. Gonna go down here. Trying to get that kill on the Kev is the Kwong. Does get the Akron, but not quite the Eden. Gonna be a big throw there by Nightshade. A lot of gold going the way of Super Saiyans. Kev getting 1 HP by Cold, still lives blue. Kev on skates right now, dancing around Koldsky. Koldsky looking for a kill in the backline, not quite able to get it. Kev does get the kill on the blue. Kev's got you covered, baby. He's going Super Saiyan. Somebody lock this man down. That's 3 for him. Gonna be 5 total on the board for Kev. 3 in that fight. Getting Seedling, or getting River Buff. Don't get soloed by that. It's a little bit close. They do a lot of damage when they're upgraded, Kev. Let's not die here. A big swing in gold for the side of the Kaiokens. Brings that 7,000 gold lead down to about 4,500. Big bounty off of Appy's forehead. 1,000 gold into the pocket of Kev. Sorry, into the pocket of, I think Cholo got that kill actually. Gonna be actually even better for him. Does get a lot of assists there as well. A lot of stacks for the gadget. Scary pick when he starts getting some assists and kills. Orb Prime going to the side of Nightshade though, trying to pick his objective up. What looked like an unwinnable position for Kev Kaioken has decided to turn this one around and actually in a very playable position now. A little bit of a throw from Nightshade, just getting picked off in the mid lane, not respecting the rotations from that solo and the dual lane at the same time. In the old death ball in the mid lane, Vissy getting a little invade. Dr. Flick on the Cold, getting poked out here. Might look for the turnaround though. Not going to look for it as he does know the Terror is coming with the Decker. Kev in mid. We're going to get the kill on Appy again. More stacks for Cholo. Wish I could see who got that kill. It looks like it was Vissy, potentially, as I think Dr. Flick already had a kill on his pocket. Or sorry, Tri-Edge had a kill from earlier on the Decker.
Yeah, back to the garage.
It's not about kill difference, it's about gold difference. This team has a very significant gold lead. It is getting chipped away, though. They were up about 7,000 gold, now only up about 3. Appy just dropping that bounty twice, back to back.
Evasive maneuver. Pierce.
I accidentally unmuted in Discord and did not mean to do that. It's going to be a little bit of a slower game. Kev Kaioken trying to slow this game down a little bit, trying to play a little aggro on the Grim, potentially, taking the high ground. If you've seen Star Wars, you know that's the position to be in. Kev not known to be a bottom. He is bald, though. Seismic looking for something in the jungle, not quite able to find Vissy. Maybe looking for mid. Tri-Edge possibly in position to die here. Appy could look for a rewind into a stun combo, not looking for it. Vissy grabbing this blue buff. Looks like a little bit of a grouping here. Seismic doesn't quite get it. Smite is good by Vissy. Seismic getting a little bit of poke. Not hitting the ult, though. A little bit unfortunate. No stuns coming out of Zihi, but he does get the cage on the Tri-Edge. Goes down. Rewind by Appy onto Vissy. Little bit of a mobile character, though. Kind of hard to hit. Visi gonna go down. Not quite able to get much. Appy getting sucked in the tower. Stunned by Blue. Good ult by Cholo, though. They're gonna trade on to Seismic. Kev in the air, trying to live right now, 1 HP. Blue looking for the dive, maybe looking a little bit too much. Hits the root, but not enough damage. Maybe he should have built Vanquisher, you absolute bot. Cholo looking for some damage, still full HP. Getting a lot of poke onto Appy with that right-click augment. Not quite able to walk out of it if you place it correctly. Looking for some damage onto Z. He did get the auto attack. Might actually get the kill here. 1 HP on the Zihi. A little bit unfortunate for Cholo. Good attempt, though. Really good at stopping these backs here. Gonna actually stop them from getting Fangtooth. Getting a lot of poke out here. Bale coming back with the Eden. Gonna actually potentially be able to play this Fangtooth now, as opposed to just losing it after losing the team fight. Great damage coming out of Cholo here to keep this game alive. Keep this fight alive, I should say. Hey, I appreciate you guys playing from the EU, man. I know that's not hard with, or not easy with the ping. I appreciate you guys showing up. I'd say a little bit of an unfortunate bracket for you guys. It is what it is. Such as randomized seating. Mayor Sagu EU? I know they're EU. What do you mean? I know that. That's why I say I appreciate them playing. It looks like Orb Prime being pulled here by Nightshade. 7k HP, though. Might be a little bit of a grief play. Dr. Flick sniffs this one out with his 8 legs. Looking to suck somebody. Objective dropped off. See, half HP gets solo missile, basically, in the fight there. Tri-Edge in the backline looking for a kill. See, he goes down immediately after taking so much damage from the Orb Prime. Blue taking a lot of poke here. Big damage from Cholo. Free casting right now. Gonna put down the Terra. Seismic is getting 2v1 in the backline. Stasis on absolutely nothing. Appy 1 HP. Gets the rewind. Does live. Goes down to dot damage, it looks like. I think from Cholo, potentially. Maybe a helmet or something. I'm not quite sure what killed Appy there. But he does go down. Coldski looking for some damage. Kev 1 HP. Still trying to defend this. Big damage coming out of Orb Prime. Cold still in a position to defend. 9k. Needs to not get comboed, though. Visi going on him here. A lot of damage coming out. Does get the Orb Prime to kill 1. Cholo not quite able to keep the leash, though. They're going to actually give this one up instead of trying to commit. I think they definitely could have got this had Cholo kept that leash, but he decided to walk away. Tri-Edge going down to the missiles. Probably going to get another 4v4 here with Prio in the favor of the Kaioken's. Going to look for Primal Fangtooth, or regular Fangtooth, actually. This third Fang. Only going to be second for the Kaioken's. Not looking for the Orb again. Probably a correct play here. Just going to be some farm going out.
Seek and destroy. Have a hat. Down for you. Yeah, back to the garage.
2 going down for Nightshade. Kwong and Decker getting caught out. Appy getting sucked off by Dr. Flick. Big healing coming out, though, from the Acheron. Might actually be able to get the kill. Flashes away. Lives 1 HP. Appy also 1 HP. Looking for the invis. Trying to get the snipe down. Not quite able to find it. Stasis. Not enough. Grim also gets solo boloed in the duo lane, it looks like. Trying to get that in hit, or he died in the team fight. I'm not actually 100% sure where he died at, but he is dead. Terra gonna go down here, trying to trade out with Tri-Edge. Not really worth the trade, as that's the support. And he goes down to Kev, Vanquisher, Crutch, actual Merchant right now. In the Kev Kaioken. Not sure why we're not pulling this Orb Prime here. Looks pretty free to me. Gotta take resets first, though. Wait for Cholo to rotate over. Highway, thank you for the, or sorry, Slim, thank you for the gifted sub to Highway. Highway, welcome to the Bird Nest. Kodak, thank you for the 15-day watch streak, I appreciate it. Lucio, thank you for the follow. Duoji, is that how you say your name? Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Shaper going the way of the Kaiokens. Big gold lead now in the favor of the Kaiokens, up about 3,000 gold. They were down 7 at the beginning of this game. Good job by them to bring it back, punishing the mistakes of Nightshade. Very similar to how my father punished me for my mistakes in school. That's a joke, not serious. But you never know. Is it though? There's always a hint of truth to every joke. But no, that's not serious. Well, right along with Kev in this next team fight, Vissy might actually get picked here on the ledge. Nobody sees him. Invisible. John Cena on the top of the ledge. Kolsky maybe sees him now. Doesn't see him. Vissy maybe looking for a solo kill here. Cold kind of out of position. Does spot him now. Looking for Appy. Does get the combo. Stasis coming out. Good play by Vissy to not go in on that. And just bait the Stasis out for him. Appy. A lot of poke. Good patience coming out of the Kalari. Not something you normally see. Vissy making his first appearance in a comp environment. Started the game 1-5, now 11-6, turning it around a little bit. A little bit of Vanquisher Merchant, though. Not sure he's actually doing any damage. Might just be getting some last hits. Looking for some poke. Again, backs up. Good damage onto the Decker. Kev looking for the Vanquisher proc. A little bit of a Merchant. Does find it. Blue in the backline, though, beating up on this Acheron. Bail ult on one. Doesn't quite get anybody. Kev, half HP. Acheron solo in the backline by the Terra. Terra behind Kev. About to give out some backshots. Kev has no idea. Up onto the ledge. Gonna get sniped by Appy probably. Goes down. A little bit of a throw here. Cholo picks up one onto the Kwong. Vissy with another kill. Sorry, Vissy gets both of those as he picks up the Grim as well. Does get the Wraith. Vanquisher putting in the work. Vissy definitely last hitting all of these kills. Gets the quad. Vissy, one of the 3 junglers making their debut this patch. Their wave states are terrible, though. They don't have any wave prio in mid or solo lane or dual lane. All 3 waves pushing against the side of the Kaiokens. Would like to see Vissy go pick up this Primal Fangtooth as he can tank it with his passive, getting free healing from Flat Pen that he has. I like this play a lot better than pulling Orb Prime. They set their wave, save their inhibs, play very slow, end up getting Primal, and they can take another fight on Orb. I like this play. Great play from the side of the Kaiokens, playing correctly. Not trying to throw the game as much as possible. But a 5,000 gold lead for the side of the Kaiokens. They are truly going Super Saiyan. Vissy almost missing that smite. Smite's at 600 HP. Might have been taking some notes from that last set.
Be back soon.
Vissy is playing with his feet. Give him a break. I wouldn't be surprised. Vissy does seem like the type to like feet. He has been banned from the Crazy Fool stream at least 15 times, as well as the Kev stream. Does look for the ult onto Appy. Good stasis, though. Big ult by Triage under the bridge. Keeps them in range of the Gadget ult. Does end up getting 2 there. Fantastic ult by Triage there, setting that one up for an easy double. Kev looking to dash into the Terra, looking for the kill on the Vanquisher. A little bit of a Merchant, as we already said. Looking for the last hit. Does find it. Trying to get that Decker, not quite able to find it. Flashes away cold on the split push. Somebody needs to back for this. He could end the game. Is an AEC. You do have to be careful of this. Triage does go back to base. Just got to stop the back. If they lose the inhib, it could be worse. Triage does have Primal. He is able to take this 1v1. Doesn't have ult, though. Has to be a little careful. Just really needs to clear the wave more than anything. Orb Prime, gonna go the way of the Nightshades, unless Visi misses Smite, which wouldn't be the first time I've seen that from a jungler. Does actually just end up going on the Decker and securing the kill beforehand. Kalari seems to be very impactful in these games. Grim does get that inhib. Would like to maybe see a Kalari ban in the second game, as Visi is putting on a clinic this game. Cold getting his back stopped here by Tri-Edge. Good play by the support of the Kaiokins, delaying this back as long as possible. Visi rotating over here, trying to catch him on the backside. Kalari gets free movement speed in that invis, able to actually traverse the map quite quickly. Ends up insta-killing Cold, not even able to play the game. Would like to see this character banned in the next game. Once it gets rolling, it can be incredibly hard to stop.
After you. Try this on.
Visi looking kind of unstoppable on this pick. Again, Vanquisher Merchant, not sure he's actually doing any damage. Slim, thank you for the gifted sub, you absolute legend. I really appreciate it.
That you don't, that like are realized, you know what I mean?
Shaper gonna go down here. Would like to see a little bit of a push though. This is a little bit slow. This might be a little bit too slow for me. I think you push first and then you come back and do this on the way back. A little bit of a slow play here. Gonna lose a lot of the time on this Orb Prime doing this. Looks like it's going to be a 4-1 on the left side. Cholo going to keep the midway pushed up. Should be pushing by itself, but he's just going to keep it there on the tower line. Just a little bit of poke on the wave as they get a free tier 2. Got to wait for that left wave anyways. Going to rotate over here to the team fight. Might actually back for this Terra. I think this is a little bit of a misplay here by Cholo. Not sure I agree with this. Going to take him a while to get down this lane. Orb Prime probably going to be close to being out when he gets to this this wave to the inhib. Going to be a 5v4 in the base now. Kaioken's going to back up here. Smart. Not quite able to push the inhib yet. Have to wait for Cholo to push this wave. Going to play very slow here. Opens up the opportunity for Nightshade to engage here in the 4v5. Visi lurking in the back. Appy trying to get a rewind. Gets it onto the Bale. Not the target you want to look for. Does get his flash force. Big stun by Decker from downtown onto Kev. Blue flashes in. Gets the root. No follow-up though. Kev flashes away. Visi in the back. Creating a lot of space. Stopping the chase. Getting some poke on a Cold and Appy. Scaring the hose. Gadget pushing the wave in. Does have that 2 to get the wave there faster. So it didn't quite take as long as you might think. Is on that inhib. Does ult the wave. Gets a lot of poke there. Visi picks up 1. Looking for 2. Gets the double. Looking for 3. Not quite able to find it. Gets some poke. Big jump by the Acheron. Knocks up the Grim. Goes down here to Kev. Kev getting another one. Visi looking for another last hit with that Vanquisher. Not able to find it, but they do get the game. Visi putting up the 19-6-6 stat line, looking to make a name for himself in his first competitive event, especially in the jungle. One of the 3 junglers to watch in this tournament, Yinyo, already knocked out. I forgot to pay out the last thing. Wailing Whales. Whoever putting Wailing Whales in that last set, getting a lot of value out of their twigs there. Super Saiyan winning draft, I would probably agree just simply due to this Wraith pick. I think the Wraith pick is just bad. Had they had any other pick, I would like it more. I also am not a big fan of the Countess solo lane into the Sevarog. Direct counter matchup, Sevarog will outscale you very fast. Countess a little bit stronger early game, but does fall off very quickly compared to the Sevarog. In terms of value, Visi again back on the Kalari. Not sure why we didn't ban that. Mid lane matchup. I have to go in favor of the Argus. Wraith not good in the Argus. I still don't know why we're picking this pick. Appy not really known to play the Wraith in general. Definitely known to play some weird stuff like Wukong in the mid lane and things like that. Not sure why we're playing the Wraith today. He was kind of locked in game 1, but again, just not really able to have an impact against the Kalari. Perhaps if they had banned that pick, I would like it a little bit more. But due to the way it was able to shut him down in the last game, not too good. Do I know it was banned? I know Acheron was banned. And Yurei from the side of Nightshade, from the side of the Kaiokens, they banned Rampage and Terra. I think I would have liked to have seen a Yurei solo instead of the Kalari personally. I think it's a little bit easier to deal with. At least you can see the character coming at you. Again, the Kwang starting the blue side. Not sure I really like that. Does get the lead from the dual lane this time, though.
Oh, a big snake.
Ooh,
RHGs, thank you for the follow. Sudamoji, thank you for the prime. I appreciate the 11 months. Welcome back to the bird nest. Wraith into Argus Gloria is miserable. It is definitely not a good matchup in the Argus. Definitely a much worse matchup than last game. Into the Gadget, it's at least playable, but into the Argus, you just kind of get shoved under and you can't really do much about it. Argus gets to freely roam for free. Kwang getting gone on here in the jungle, maybe. Maybe not seen. Spots Cholo, gets a little bit of poke off. Doesn't know Vissy's there, though. Gets stunned out. Gonna get poked out. Vissy's here with the follow-up damage. Seismic should go down here. Ends up flashing. Vissy with the follow-up. Trying to get the kill. Does not have red buff anymore, though. Not quite able to get the slow. Gets the right click. Not enough to kill, though, and doesn't proc his passive. Seismic getting out of there with 1 HP in a dream. Might have paid RGS Sauce for a little bit of extra HP there, because his cheeks are definitely clenched after that one. Might need some new pants. What's up, Zuzu? Big fan. Hope you're doing well today, man. Meow. Vissy looking for the regank on a mid lane. Might have baited Appy a little bit. Doesn't get the flash, though. Appy invises and walks away. A little bit of extra movement speed there on the Wraith. Gold buff going the side of the Kaiokens. A little bit of a dual lane advantage so far. This Countess pick also not really having the impact that it wants. Not really shoving out the Sevarog that much. Sevarog even in CS. Actually, he's only down about 8 CS. Probably a little bit more than that, as the Countess has not gotten this wave yet. Down about 12, 13 CS or so. Not too bad, honestly, for Sevarog. You're okay with that. A little bit of fight over this Seedling. Seismic, again, getting gone on by Vissy. And Tri-Edge is here with the follow-up damage. Appy trying to get some damage off. Gets 2 people low. Seismic still alive. Looking for a tether, maybe. Vissy picking up the Seedling. Might die to it. Actually ends up inting his brains out. Don't know what he did there. Somebody must have PayPal'd that guy $5. I don't know about that one, champ. But that was not the right play. Morn getting engaged on here. Doesn't have flash. Does get the river. Dies. Goes back to the base the fast way. Actually, Cholo ends up getting that river as well. Solo laner looking for the solo kill on a Seismic in his own jungle. Getting the better hand of the solo lane from that Countess. Again, not a great matchup. I don't know why they would pick the Countess into the Sevarog. Definitely not the counter pick you're looking for. You definitely want something a little bit more high pressure than that Flick flashing for some reason. Not really sure about that. A little bit of a weird play. Just trying to get his wave. Doesn't want to miss too many stacks. Did lose a little bit of time trying to look for that kill in the jungle. Should hit level 6 here. Ends up missing a lot of stacks, though. Only gets a couple minions there off that double wave in his tower. He is level 6, though. Blue has to be a little careful of getting ulted in the tower. Dr. Flick maybe looking for it here. Not quite getting it. I wonder good matchups in a Sev. Stuff that punishes him early game. Countess, not able to punish him enough early game. Bale, Crunch, Terra, Akron. Any strong early game pick. Kwang looking to maybe shut down the Sevarog a little bit. Give the Countess a little bit of space. If they are able to kill the Sevarog a couple times, the Countess can snowball the lane if he gets a big enough lead. But he does need quite the lead. Sevarog will still eventually catch up, but gonna spot that gank out on the ward. Coming down from that 5 camp steps. Dual lane, a little bit of action over here. Kev expending the ultimate, getting silenced out by the Drongo. Cold dropped off the ledge. Little 1v2 here. Cold half HP. Z half HP. Vissy from behind, giving out back shots to Cold. Cold couldn't see that coming. He came from the blind side. Cold only has one eye. Not able to see Vissy on that right side. Alright, I'm sorry, Cold. I'm sorry. I feel like I can't say that. Even though it's true. Tri-Edge with the stun on the Seismic. Seismic hits ult on one. Actually up on Vissy right now in XP. Gonna end up trading out for the jungle. Jungle for jungle. 500 HP on the Fangtooth. Will Appy steal it? Looks for the kill on Cholo. Not quite able to get it. Cholo 1 HP. Appy misses the snipe. Good start by Cholo. Dies to the Fangtooth, though. Appy still alive. Kev, no mana in the pit. Kolsky's back for some business on the backside of this team fight. Doesn't keep the objective, though. We're not taking Fangtooth off that play for some reason. Not sure why. It was pretty low. It was like 400 HP, and we just stopped hitting it. I don't know why that is. I do have to say, Cold, super nice guy. Demon on the ADC. Hasn't been playing much recently. Surprised to see him playing again, to be honest. Coming out of retirement. Take a look at those glutes. Definitely been squatting some. A little bit of powerlifting, maybe. Take a trip to the mid lane. Appy getting engaged on by Vissy. Half HP. Vissy getting... Or Cholo taking a little bit of poke back. Appy hitting the snipes, man. The Wraith has been looking pretty good in the early game, but we saw a very similar situation in the last game. Wraith, early kills, getting a little bit of a lead, falls off a little bit. Once Vissy's able to get up to some items, he's able to just one-shot this Wraith and get a good trade, and then it starts getting some shutdowns. Wraith, very similar game to last game. We'll see if we can actually transition this time. Solo lane, going the way of blue a little bit right now. Dr. Flick has to be a little careful. Is definitely low enough to get dove. If he gets double comboed into the ult, might actually just die. Looking to bait the fight, though, maybe. Trying to ult him in tower while he takes aggro. Sevarog ult coming, or not Sevarog ult. Morn ult coming through, trying to disengage, looking for the fight. Seismic here, hits the flash, hits the tether, gets the combo. Cold with the kill. Kev still looking for some poke. Fangtooth is up. Vissy taking mini in response. Doesn't want to give up 2 objectives if he doesn't have to. Scared of the Wraith rotation. Actually not going to elect to pull the objective. Starts to pull now. Sees the Wraith walk over from mid lane. Looking for that Fangtooth. Free objective for Vissy. See if he gives it over to the Sevarog. I would love to see Blue actually try to contest this just to force the Kalari to smite so the Sevarog doesn't have it. Good play by Blue if he's able to do so. Looking for some poke. He's actually just going to int instead. Not sure I agree with that play. You just have to sit on the ledge and just threaten the steal just to make him smite it. Gets walked out. Actually gets to live. Cholo missing the snipe. Not normal for Cholo. Usually pretty locked in on the Argus. Not quite able to hit the snipes there. Appy caged in by the Zarus. Has to flash. Lives 1 HP. Not really. He's like 75%. Seismic is here. Mini Prime does go the way of Vissy. Does pick it up as well with the smite. Did not elect to give it to the Sevarog, surprisingly. His name is Vici. Nobody asked. Nobody cares. How about that? Maybe he should spell it that way then, instead of spelling it like a dumbass. Zarus going down in the solo lane to the Morn in the Kwong. Kev maybe looking to get punished here by the Countess. Vissy trying to gank. Help Kev out a little bit. Gonna let that wave on our tower though. Not sure why we're doing that. Countess gonna get some free tower plating here. A little bit of gold in the back pocket. Actually electing not to take it for some reason. Not sure why. Noob, thank you for the resub. I appreciate the 10 months. Welcome back to the Bird Nest. Hope you're having a great day today, man. Thank you for the sub.
You won't know I'm...
A little bit of pressure put out by Zihi on the mid lane. Cholo sniffs him out off the ledge. Vissy looking for the mid lane gank, potentially trying to one-shot Appy. Appy does have stasis up, though. Actually, he hasn't reset for it yet. He might be in position to die if Vissy's able to connect with some abilities. Not quite able to find it, though. Vissy might need to hit up that aim trainer. Confirmed, Vanquisher Merchant. A little bit of an Argus rotation on his solo lane. Blue sees him on the ward. Dashes away. Dodges the root. Good turnaround by Blue. Actually looking for the kill on the Dr. Flick. Does have the dash augment, so he can start dash resetting quite quickly. Not quite able to get it. Dr. Flick flashes away. Still looking for the 1v1. Doesn't quite get it. Dodges the stun. Dashes away. Baits a lot of time. Visi is here, looking to put the trash can on the Blue. Blue fighting for his life over here in the soul lane. Buying as much time as he can. Honestly, doing a great job in the soul lane. A little bit of a misplay there, though. Flashing in, kind of selling the gank a little bit early. If he had waited a little bit longer for the tether, might have actually been able to kill Cholo there. Wraith here, invisible. Looking at Tri-Edge, a lot of poke coming out. Maybe we see a rewind. Rewind onto the Klari, potentially. Does get it, looks for the kill, hits the snipe. Visi does get the heal off Witchstalker, proccing on his passive on the Argus. Sorry, not on the Argus, on the Countess. Countess living 1 HP. Visi wishing he had Vanquisher right now. Really, really big merchant. Blue doing a good job on that gank living. Kaioken's investing a lot of resources into that. Kev rotating mid, gonna take the tower. Good heads up play by Kev. Catch the double wave in base. Looks like we got a little bit of an engagement in the solo lane. Seismic getting engaged on here. No mana. Does get the 3 camp. Dr. Flick is back. Tri-Edge half HP. Visi half HP. Gonna just reset to base. I think Seismic's team did get away with getting that 3 camp. A little bit greedy. Not sure I agree with this build by Seismic. Looks like he's going Gosh and Greaves. I don't know if that's the item I would be building here. You can do an interesting combination where you do double jump, where you throw the tether, double jump, and then ult. And when you land from the ult, you proc the Gauge and Greaves at the landing zone, doing a little bit of extra damage. Not sure it's actually that good, but you know, we are seeing it here. I think we did see Yinyo also build the same thing. I think it's a little bit of a mistake on playing Kwang. I think you just go full damage and HP, and if you die, you die. But at least you're guaranteed to get more damage off. Specifically off the poke combo. A little bit of a rotation here by Cholo. Gets a stun out onto somebody. Cage comes out by Tri-Edge. Doesn't really get anybody. Coldski goes down. Has to flash away. Mornalt comes through. No kills here. Tri-Edge half HP. Seismic with some return damage. Cholo gonna live here. Appy scared of the rotation from Kalari. Kalari comes in. Zihi gonna go down here to the mark. Seismic getting poked out by Kev. Kev showing him he's got hands. He did play at lane. Appy gonna have to stasis here, gets stunned out after the stasis, immediately goes down after. We saw the exact same thing happen in that first game. Appy with an early lead, up about 1,500 gold, then goes down. Cholo picking up that kill. Gonna get a big bounty on his forehead. Cholo, a little bit of an up-and-comer, has been slowly improving throughout PCCs. Top forward in the last one. Was a little bit of an underdog in their matchups. Did win out to 4th, though. Blue, trying to make his debut on a... I would say he's had the greatest teams. I would say this might be the best team that he has ever played with in terms of raw talent. Trying to make more of a name for himself. Has been on Nightshade roster since its inception, if I'm not mistaken. I think their longest team member, also their captain. Morn getting on in mid. Cholo with some poke. That Combustion's putting in some work onto the Morn. Big damage from Seismic, actually, off the snipe and the damage. Trying to give that over to Appy. Just going to end up securing that kill on the Kwang. Appy not quite able to get that last hit. Mini Prime. Going to be picked up here by Nightshade. No real response from the side of the Kaiokens. Kev in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber over there in the Dua lane, just getting a bunch of free farm. Appy with the rewind on the Tri-Edge, able to hit those snipes, lock down that kill. Another one goes away of Appy. Mini Prime coming into mid lane, gonna be a free mid tower. Cold getting engaged on here though, probably gonna get picked up by Visi on the back end. Kev just get him low enough for the mark from the Kalari to kill him. They do know he's here though. He was called out on vision by the Morn probably. Cold getting towered over here. Ult by the Morn. Might keep him alive. Not quite enough. Not enough of a heal. Morn here. Not able to get here in time. A lot of pressure being put on mid lane, though, by this Mini Prime. They do get mid. A little bit of poke. Countess on the tier 2. Getting poke again. Severog not quite scaling as fast as he needs to. Starting to get a little bit of a better trade against Blue, though. Both 1 HP. Mid lane, Appy, Morn going down to the Klari coming in. Cage probably coming down from the Zarus to secure those two. Kev on the tier 2. Blue getting soloed by Dr. Flick, not putting the respect to the person that deserves it, man. Does not know that this guy used to play Smite professionally back in Season 3. He might be an old-ass man now, but he's still got hands. Also playing arguably the best solo pick in the game. Should probably be banned in most games. Shaper going the way of the Kaiokens. Kev, a little bit of a gold buff. Just going to back and buy with that 2k gold in pocket. Kev was kicked off Nightshade a week before the tournament. Came in with a pickup team. I think they've only scrimmed one time before this. Maybe two.
I need a bottle and a nap. In that order.
You won't know I'm gone.
Bissy starting to get rolling a little bit on this Kalari. We saw the same thing last game. He was shut down a little bit harder in the early game, but his late game was strong. Trying to get a little bit of a repeat performance after last game. Kev is going Alternator. A little bit of an interesting build. Not terrible. He does have the grenade augment, so it does increase the damage from the grenades. Not sure it's amazing. I do know with the grenade augment, you can triple grenade and basically insta-reset your cooldown on your dash, as your dash does lower itself when you hit somebody with abilities and or auto attacks, which can be pretty strong. Nightshade getting engaged on here in the solo lane. Vissy with the insta-kill on the Countess. Seismic with a lot of return damage, though, with that Gaussian Greaves. Might actually cost him the kill. He does get him with the crest. Looking for the trade on Dr. Flick. 1v1 here. Hits the tether. Does he have enough damage to actually secure it, though? Sevarog with some healing here. Off that lifesteal from his passive. Still alive. 1 HP, both 1. Drongo in mid lane. Getting gone on. Cholo trying to hit those right clicks. Must have plugged in a controller or something because he was locked in on those. Dual lane getting engaged on here. Appy in the cage. Has to flash out. Morn stuck, though. Gonna be able to go over the top. Not quite able to jump out of the cage, though. Kev burning him down with some damage here. Alternator going crazy. Money might already have it stacked. Big damage here. Triad still here trying to get some damage. Kev flashes forward. Takes up the kill on the Morn. Free kill. Fangtooth is coming up. Kaiokens only up 600 gold. Pretty close game still. Could be either person's game. Fangtooth coming up. Going to be a big fight. Might be the deciding factor in this game. Appy, no flash. Will have to be a little safe in this fight. Has to be worried about Vissy. Does have stasis still available. Not going to be able to back for that full alternator. Also kind of low on mana. Might need to be a little conservative here. Vissy looking for some poke. Does get the jump. Big return damage out of Appy. Vissy gonna just be able to heal that up with the Kalari passive on the Invis. Just being able to get free regen off the flat pen that she has. Definitely a winning trade for Vissy here. Appy probably needing to take a reset. Wants to reset off vision though, so they don't know that he backed. Blue is here now. Little 4-1 split here in this team fight. Vissy looking for the flank. Not quite able to find Appy. Does actually end up getting the 2 onto him. Stasis by Appy. Gonna go down here, though. Gets the rewind. Still dies to the ult. Seismic with the combo on the follow-up from the rewind. Not quite able to get the kill, though. Blue trying to get Kev. Good CC to cancel the ult from Countess. Kev praying to his support right now for saving his life. Big tether from Seismic. Triage goes down. Ends up being a 1-for-1 support for mid laner. It seems pretty good to me. Vissy trying to get engaged on by Countess. Not quite able to find him. Looks for Cholo in the dual lane. Kind of spotted by himself. Seismic 1 HP. Goes down to the Drongo. Or sorry, to Kev. Sneaks a grenade in there and actually gets that kill. Blue picks up 1 on Kev. Ends up being a 2-for-2. Cholo going to TP out here possibly. Unless Blue's able to catch him. Not quite able to get it. Ends up actually TPing him out. Great play by Cholo to save his life. Unfortunately, he still dies to the Drongo. Does force the Countess to TP over, though, so they're not able to actually lose the objective. Or they're not able to pull the objective with the Countess there. Countess able to set the wave, though. Going to be kind of a problem for the side of Nightshade now, as the Sev is going to have to rotate over here with the 2-man down. Going to be a 4v2, possibly. On this objective as Blue backs and comes to the Fangtooth.
What did I miss?
Fangtooth being pulled here by the side of Nightshade. Looking for their third one. They do get off of it. Primal Fang, a little bit harder to do than the normal one. Sev, on the split push, does win the 1v1 against Countess now. He is a bit behind. He is a bit behind, though. Only having 2 items to the Countess's 3.5. This does count as basically a full item, as he does have it fully stacked. Appy ends up trading out for Triage again. Support for mid laner. They're happy to take that all day. Probably got stuck in the cage. Just trade out some damage. Zihi gonna go down here. Does stop Cholo's ultimate. Dies to the right click. Cholo getting a lot of damage off this Argus. And the Drongo's also gonna go down trying to help the boys. Sometimes you just gotta let them lose the fight and call it a day. Blue on the split push. Gonna get a tier 2 here. Orb Prime looking to be pulled. Sorry, Fang wasn't even up. I actually am not sure what we were fighting over. I didn't realize Fang was already down. I thought Primal Fang was up. I couldn't see it due to the wards. A little bit of an interesting play that they're even caught out in the jungle on that side of the map. Orb Prime being pulled here by the Kaiokens. Looking like a good position to be in if I was them. Should I put game score at the top? I guess I could do that. Is this good? Or is it like -1? Is that better? Does that work for you?
Need a bottle and a nap.
Blue gonna set this wave again. Orb Prime on the side of the Kaiokens. Not sure what they're going to do with it, though. Maybe try to get all these tier 2s off the map. Might be a little ambitious to go for an inhib unless they get some picks. Busy looking for the Morn, maybe. A little bit pushed up, trying to get some ward vision. Not sure why, though. Not really much to ward for right now. Is it best of 3? Yes. Best of 3s until finals, and then I'll probably just ask the captains if they want to do best of 3 or best of 5. A little bit of poke from Seismic. 5-man grouping in mid lane, 5v5. Solo lane pushing for the Kaiokens, it looks like. Dual lane also pushing for the Kaiokens. Good wave prio here coming out. Would like to see them actually do something with this Orb Prime. They're just looking for picks and not really looking to do anything with it. Maybe a tower siege, potentially. Especially since they got some range CC with the Argus stun. With the Sev root. Cholo getting caught out, actually. Might end up going down here. Ends up flashing away. Does live. Cold looking for something, maybe. Not quite able to get the kill. Several getting a tier 1 solo lane. Gonna be a 4v5 in mid still. Sorry, 4v3 as Cholo had to back. Basically getting gone on here. He's actually might get caught. Has to ult away. Uses the invis. Can't quite catch him. Blue not able to get there in time. No rewind coming out from Appy. Maybe a little bit of a mistake there from the mid laner. Triage on top. Countess goes down actually. Gets caught out. Ult coming through. Rewind. Onto the Severog. 1 for nothing, which is a little bit surprising. Visi in the back. Gonna find Appy. Can't really stasis. Gonna stasis value. Not quite get any, though, as stasis dog shit active, believe it or not. As you do just die after. Kwong getting rooted out. Big root by the Sev on the 2. Forces the flash. Getting some body blocks on his Zihi. Triage 1 HP. Gonna heal with his passive. Cold looking for the Vanquisher proc if he can get it. Kwong gets stunned out. No mana left. Gonna go down here. Really bad death. Might actually be the game here. I don't think they have any way to stop this push. Cold gonna be left to 1v4. Might just go down. Kills Visi, but not enough. Kev 1 HP. Maybe dies to minions if they're lucky, but doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Should be game for the side of the Kaiokens. A little bit of an upset here in the bracket. Not a lot of people expected this matchup. I don't think people thought Kev was going to pull this one out, but he does manage to do so off the back of Visi with the Vanquisher Merchant on the Clory. Still not sure why we gave that up a second time. A little bit of a draft mistake, I think, on the side of Nightshade. Maybe need to do their homework a little bit better in the next game. Well, I guess in the next set. Although, unfortunately, for this tournament, they are knocked out. We will consult the bracket real quick and update what needs to be updated. Kev going up 2-0. Not even a full set here. Kev just going up 2-0 to the side of Nightshade. Getting a free win here. One clean game by Big Kev. Truly went Super Saiyan. Kev, thank you for playing. Glad you're having a good time playing. Curious as to this set and as to what's happening. It seems like an absolute heater of a game. We're going to lock into Flow State and Cinema next.